guys, welcome to another super engaging topic on Talks with Bodex. And today I have my co-host in the building. You know, we go all the way to US. We're going to be dragging Rommel back. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Rommel.
It's always good to be back. Anytime
Right?
you call, I always
My
honor.
co-host extraordinary. The host with the most.
Host with the most, right? Good to be back here. I know we're going to have a great time talking.
Yes, we will.
When you
Because
gave me the
this
topic, I
topic-
said,
Okay. So, guys, today we will be addressing some issues around housing in Lagos State and in Nigeria in general. And I know this topic touches everybody.
Everyone.
Everybody. Even landlord self, they touch you small. So, Dr. Roman, tell us, how has it been with you? I know you've been house hunting for a while now. How has that been with you?
I want to cry. Can I cry? Am I allowed to cry on
Please,
this
can
platform?
somebody get a tissue?
Because it's been terrible.
Wow.
Terrible. I mean, I don't know if it's every state this happening all over Nigeria. In Lagos, to find a decent accommodation where you can either rent or buy, the prices have gone up in the last 2 years when I started coming back, and now it's not just a little bit like 1 million, 2 million. We're talking about 4, 5, 10, 15 million naira more expensive.
Wow.
Added to the prices they were telling me before.
Where are you people seeing this money?
And I don't know that. Where are they
Show
seeing
us
it?
the way
They need
now.
to show me the way because I'm doing something obviously not right. Because if I'm feeling it and I'm a comfortable person, I know I'm not complaining. I'm blessed, and if I can feel it, if I can feel the stress, you
Then
can
you
find
imagine
in the
somebody
people.
who, an average person.
And then you just keep looking from place to place. The conditions of the homes are not good. Some of them are outdated, not decent, and it doesn't justify the prices
Sure.
I'm seeing.
So now let's talk about it. What do you think is actually causing all this high
Prices
is
that
it
they have?
inflation? It's high inflation,
It's
right?
there's something more than
Okay, you know
inflation.
I'm actually from Badagry, so it's always very difficult for me to speak good English.
No, your
So-
English is good
Oh,
because
okay,
this. I think we can break this down to. We don't even need so much grammar.
Okay.
People are suffering really. Kosovo.
Kosovo.
People, it's so bad that maybe it's inflation, but I think this is. I think the rates of the housing crisis we're having is actually worse than what we're going through in every other sector because you can't even find, and when you find, they tell you it's going to be
prices are
gone fast. The
outrageous.
prices are outrageous. People are not making the money. I'll give you an example. How can on the island, okay, that I know of, maybe let's say Lekki, VI, Ikoyi, let's just look at Lekki. How can you ask someone to pay for 3-4 bedroom for 10 million is not even a possibility. You're talking about 12, 15, 20 million
Wow.
a year. Divided in a calendar month, 12 calendar months, that's about 1.5 to
like
about
1
2
million,
million,
1.5
1.5 million a month.
a month.
How many people make
money.
1.5 million as
Monthly.
extra money monthly? So you have to feed,
Yes.
you have to
You have
go
to get fuel for your
healthcare,
car.
yeah, fuel,
Sure.
pay for your children's education, maybe buy a few things for yourself. If you're a lady, touch up your hair, your makeup, your guy, you have to buy things,
Yeah.
go watch football. How then do you now have extra 1.5 million per month?
Wow.
Even as a big, let's say somebody who is in a great field, a lawyer, a judge, an architect, a doctor, how many of them can afford these things? It's crazy. Just think about the common
Wow.
people who own businesses. How are they doing it? Because I don't know how people are doing this.
So what do you think we can do to kind of address the
We need a
inflation
reset.
in-
We need to stop. We need to tell everybody freeze the prices. No more renting out. I mean, the government needs to step in.
They should give
I
us
think.
houses for free.
I think they should step in and say everybody freeze for 1 month. Let's see what's
Okay.
going on.
Okay.
Don't rent anything out. But they need to build. I think the demand and supply. Honestly,
Okay.
I was joking there, but demand and supply is the problem. You have too many people asking for the same thing,
Okay,
and
but
so the
there's no
prices are. There's
competition.
no competition.
Okay.
If we can build subsidized housing, high-rise
Okay.
house, because we
By
don't
the
have space
government,
by the
right?
government.
Okay.
and some individuals that are willing to work and partner with the government,
Okay.
construction companies, and the government will give them tax breaks, give them other contracts and things,
Okay.
and build maybe, I don't know, let's just pretend Yaba, mainland, or Ikorodu or somewhere, and say, okay, or even in Lekki, somewhere in Sangotedo or Ikate, have acres of land, build like 10-story buildings like that.
Okay, okay.
1 bedroom for smaller people,
Okay.
of a
2 bedroom
couple,
for
2 bedroom for family with one
Okay.
child, 3 bedroom for family with
With
two,
two,
three
three
children,
children.
and
Okay.
then make it cheaper, half the price. So in Lekki,
Okay,
I just told
okay,
you,
okay.
12, 15, 20 million, make it 5, 6, 7 million. Compete with the
They could even
landlords.
drop it more than that.
3 million,
When
2
they know that
million.
you have varieties.
And
You
you know
know.
what? Everybody will now come on board.
Sure.
We
sure.
need that, because I
But
don't
now
know.
that
I don't
we don't
know.
have now that we don't have those alternatives, what do you think the government can actually do, to speak sanity into these landlords, because it's actually getting out of hand? We just remember the last time you were on the show and we talked about business owners and all that.
Being
Imagine
creative
somebody,
and all that.
being creative and all that. Where do you want such people to be creative from? When they do not even live in a comfortable place, no matter how small, and they have to be creative in the corner of their homes and all that. And now we have prices of housing climbing as if, when the plane wants to take off and all that. So what do you think the government can do to actually bring sanity to this landlord?
And some of the landlords also complain, and I hear
Okay.
them when they say that the cost of building supplies and materials have gone up. I don't
Okay.
think they've gone up so high where
To as
they're
much as what you're
justifying
doing.
what they're doing,
Okay.
because it's gone up, yes. So I understand that they have to increase the rent a little
A
bit.
little bit,
But
okay.
adding 1 million to a rent is okay when the place is already 12 million, making it 13. Well, going from 12 to 20 makes no sense in 1 year. From 12 to 18 makes no sense in 18 months. It makes no sense to me. So I think where government,
Especially for already built
yes,
houses.
homes.
Okay.
And if the government can maybe just, I think, because this is the time I'm going to say government a lot of times, because if they don't help, there's no solution to this crisis. They really must do something in Lagos State. I don't know about other
But
states.
what can they do? Because the landlords will be like, oh, government
Create
will
a
give me
law.
money to build my
Create a
to
law.
build my
Find
homes.
people. I'll give you an example of what they can
Okay.
do. And I'm hoping Lagos State Governor and his team, they're listening. Find people. Say, create what you call expectations, price, kind of like give us like a guidance and say,
Okay.
in this zone of Lekki or Ikoyi or VI or Yaba or Ilukpeju or wherever, this is the rate at which we want you to set your homes.
Okay.
You give them like a not wiggle
Okay,
room.
and it should be uniform, right?
Uniform. You can say, okay, a home that is 2-3 bedroom on this part of Lekki phase 1 should not be more than this amount, maybe 2, 3, 4 million. And then you make people do it. And if they don't do it, there are consequences.
Okay.
You can
Okay.
impose the strict
Okay.
sanctions on them and tell people there's
That
a
nobody
problem.
should take the house.
But on the other hand, if you do that for landlords, you have to give them something in return. If they're saying, okay, no, because if people then go ahead and say, I'm going to break the laws, I'm going to make mine 10 million, I'm not going to do this 3-4 million you're asking for, then you fine them, you make them pay that remaining million they got from the tenant, you get it back from them.
Okay.
You get it back from them and say, you know what, you're going to pay taxes for breaking the rules. It's going to be punitive, I know, but you reward the people that are doing the right thing by saying, if you do the right thing, maybe we can help you with your taxes. Maybe you don't pay so much land rates.
Yeah.
What do you call that? Maybe so many things you can do to help people. So that the people that are responding and cooperative, people that are playing by the rules can get benefits. Maybe in their business, maybe they can get benefits in the tax rates they pay. Maybe you can help them in so many other ways. Cost of materials should be bought by the government in large quantities and subsidized. Things have to be done. These things happen in Europe when they had the housing crisis. It's happened in America before housing crisis, where things will just go so high in the past, and the government will step in and say, no, there are rules we must obey. You just can't hike prices every single year by 30, 40, 50% every single year. Nothing has changed. Why? Because people, to me, your accommodation is your basic necessity. It's part of your basic human right. Feeding, shelter, which is your accommodation, clothing, and your health care. If you can't even afford these things, you're in trouble. People are going to start squatting outside. put me under a mango tree right now. I'm looking for a house under a mango tree with 3 bedrooms and a clay soil and lots of leaves. Because I can find a normal house that I can afford here on the island. Crazy. A mango tree, I'll take it.
So now let's talk about this. Do you think because of these housing issues and all that, landlords tend to have more of people doing illegal jobs than people actually doing legal jobs?
Yes, because if I start doing any illegal thing now and I make good money, I wouldn't care. If I made shady money, fast money that I'm not working hard for, yes, I can pay you 50 million to be in Ikoyi in a flat. That's really
For a year.
For a year, I've seen 30 million, 40, 50 million. Do you know how many thousands of dollars? Let's just say $30,000. The 30 million naira is about $20,000, and in a country that people don't make such an amount, it doesn't make sense. It's not justified to do that. It's suicidal. And I know people will say you're living on the island, but on the mainland, my friends are complaining. People on the mainland are complaining.
Yeah,
people in Ikeja are complaining. People in Yaba are complaining. People in Festac are complaining. So it's not just the island; it's everywhere.
Wow.
They say there's no land, there's no property. So then build more properties. Supply us with the demand we're asking for. Give us more of that. If you do that, the prices will come down. Then make the landlords who obey the rules, give them tax benefits. Let them be happy that they're doing that.
Okay.
Those that break the rules, that are making the prices higher, that's 7-8 million they're taking extra. Government take it back from them.
Anyone who is even charging, I don't have a problem with anybody charging whatever prices for your homes and all that, but I just feel if you want me to, pay like 20 million naira.
Give me what is the value of the 20 million naira.
And aside
Let
that,
me
you
see.
should also be asking me, what do I do? Where would I be saying 20 million naira every month?
And they want 2 years.
Aside the feeding allowance, aside my fuel
And
allowance,
2 years.
and if I have kids, that's 40 million naira.
And an agency, have you forgotten the agency? 10%? So that's another 4 million. Have you forgotten your what they call your service charge of like 5 to 6 million
agreement.
of nothing of
An agreement.
service charge of what? When you go there, 3-4 security people that they pay 50, 60K a month, but you're asking me for 6 to 8 million for that. Then a caution deposit of 10%. So when a place is 30 million naira and you add up all those things, it ends up being 45 million. I'm dealing with it right now because I'm house hunting. So it's just not making sense. And I'm complaining because I'm looking at it from a country where in America where we make that amount of money.
Then it's
so
understandable.
it's not even a third of our
because that could even pass for mortgage,
Yes.
But not.
You shouldn't spend more than a third of your salary, of your income, on your rent.
On your rent.
A third. So if you're asking me to pay you almost $2,000 every single month, if you divide it in a month, it means I have to be making 6,000 to 7,000 here. How many people are making that?
You're already telling me to just venture into businesses that are illegal because that's the only way you can actually get such money. I'm not saying that
I understand
people
what
are
you're
not
doing.
getting good money,
But it's
for
hard.
whatever they're doing. But why would I want to pay 20 million naira?
30, 20 million you can't even find in many places
10,
anymore.
12, 13 million, okay, in Ikoyi, fine. But 15,
Nothing
20,
like that.
and I'm not in the owner
40,
of the house.
50.
Ikorodu there.
Ikorodu now, everything
to
is
go buy
going
house
up.
for Ikorodu now. But it's still cheaper.
But how do you
and you
commute?
be the landlord.
And how do you commute every single day and when you have to work? That's the problem we're dealing with.
Now we'll communicate with employers.
No, so because I really want to know from your perspective, you live full time here. How do you people do this? How do you because I feel like I'm lost and I'm confused because I'm just coming with a fresh eye. I'm complaining. But are you people happy?
Okay.
Are people here happy about this? Because I'm mad.
Okay, because you've directed the question to me, let me answer it according to my own take. For me, I actually like to do what I know that I can afford. If I know that this rent, they're asking me to pay 15 million naira per year, and I do the math, maybe from media, I'm getting this, from footwear, I'm getting this, from logistics, I'm getting this. By the time I put all the gains together and I see that, it be like saying, they are lying, I won't take it. And I don't live my life to impress. I think another thing that is also killing a whole lot of people is because Some people want to live their life for others. I do not live my life for others. If I have
Right.
gari in my house today, I'm going to eat that gari comfortably well and then post it
So cut
online.
your coat according to your
Yes, if
size.
I have burger tomorrow, I'll still eat it and then still post it. I'm not send you, so no, you're not supposed to send me too, right? So if people begin to have that mindset that you need to live according to what you have,
Okay.
what can sustain you, what you can also extend to your family members, because sometimes you also cannot just fully live for yourself.
You have
You'll
to
be
help
all right,
siblings,
yes.
your
But
aunties,
if you
your
start
uncles.
thinking, oh, because Romeo lives in Ikoyi, oh, I need to go to Ikoyi, then you want to start thinking of doing things that will bring you money to make you live in Ikoyi. You're already depressed. You're already stressing your lifespan. You're already stressing your personality. You're already stressing everything that has to do with your totality. So for me, I cut my shoes according to my size. If I feel Egbeda is the place I'm supposed to stay now and work towards moving to Sulere, I'll go to the Egbeda. I don't care what you say. Then from Sulere, if I see that money for Sulere is I can't sustain, I need to go back to that Egbeda, I will go back with all pleasure. Then from Egbeda, if I feel okay, there's no money to move to Ikoyi, I will also move with all pleasure. With that, you'll be able to live long, you'll be able
I
to
agree.
sleep very well. Then you won't be under pressure.
But
to
what
do
about the
anything.
case where you moved to that same place you said you can afford, and it happened to so many people? They're happy. I finally found a place I can afford. They pay the rent. The second year, they increase your rent. So that Egbeda you mentioned, or Surulere, you're very happy to live there. The rent was affordable. You could make ends meet. For no reason, they increase it by 30 to 40% the next year. So it takes you out, and you start all over again, going to another place. You keep going farther and farther,
Well,
and then you now start looking.
For that,
it's just very sad.
For that, the business I was doing before while I was in Egbeda, then I moved to VI. Let's say, for instance, in Bodex Media, we charge repetition prices maybe for $20,000 or so, and I moved to VI on that basic, right? And now VI landlord says, okay, we're no longer charging maybe
We want to
$5,000
charge
for your.
more.
I will also increase my own.
See,
Yes.
so that's what we should. So I guess that's the solution. So
Yes.
it means that now everybody will have to increase
Everybody
their own
has to work on
services,
their
their
prices.
prices,
Yes.
and yesterday's price is not today's price
not
anymore.
today-
So
no.
for me now, if I come back to people and tell people I'm back in the country, I'm seeing people, I'm running my business, I'm going to increase my. People
Yes,
don't
you
get
increase.
surprised, because I have to also do what, pay more for everything I'm getting.
Yes, you have
From
to.
December to now,
You
it's
have to.
changed.
It's
So
changed.
I have to also
Yes, you
increase
have to
everything.
upgrade
Because
your-
once you
your
increase, people
prices.
say, "Why are you increasing on me?" But you have no choice.
You don't have a
So
choice
where?
not to
So
increase it.
what's the end goal? When do we stop increasing? Because all of us keep increasing and increasing and increasing, and the
Well-
salaries are not going up. So you and I run
salaries are not-
businesses. We can increase, right? We're lucky. We have a little wiggle room. Come, I know I have a service that I can provide, so I'll get my clients. What about people that earn a pay? Why I say this, I know some people, for example, my sister's a doctor and she earns a salary in a hospital. So it doesn't just increase like that. It increases based on years. Maybe after every 2-3 years, they increase a little bit. How do they then do that? Because they're stuck.
But that's not
They're
being fair.
stuck.
If you are increasing everything in your own,
They should
organization,
increase
You
theirs.
should increase your staff salaries.
Yeah, and I just did that.
You should. Because
But
you've
people don't do
increased the medication, you've increased your consultation fee, you've increased them. So why won't you increase the salaries? You have to. Because even these people that maybe usually coming from, let's say, Ikoyi to VI, they used to spend like 500 on Uber.
Now
They
it's
have it as
double.
1,000 naira. So it will be fair, it will be human of anybody to feel, oh, okay, things have changed. I've also increased the prices of my things in my organization.
So your staff.
These are the human beings that are helping me to sell that product. Let us increase their own.
Okay, so the message we're passing across is now, until we can solve the crisis, everybody should go ahead and increase their staff salary.
They have to.
go ahead and increase your wherever you work. If you're in position of
You-
power
you
to
have
decide,
to.
you have to, because
if
people
you
are
increase your
struggling.
own price and you're not increasing your staff price, salaries, you're literally a wicked person.
And then
Because you're making more.
and so the consumers will just have to deal with it and say, you know what, everything has to go up. My services have gone up. I'm paying my staff more money. So for that, I'm going to charge you more.
Yes.
And then you can charge more people more.
True.
And talk to your boss.
True.
So,
And
but
it
it's a
shows
spiral.
that
It's
your staff who are freezing means a lot to you.
Yeah.
because it means you're also considering them in the whole circumstances. If you care about people, there's no way you will not want to, pitch things for them.
But at what point do we crash? At what point do we keep increasing unless the government steps in?
But we'll keep increasing
until they step
in. And one thing I've noticed in Nigeria, once you're selling this glass for 5,000 naira, tomorrow is 7,000. Even when they start selling 3,000, so those will not bring it down. So I think we also need to have regulatory bodies that go around to check all these things. I'm not talking about people who bought it when it's 7,000 and suddenly it's now 35. Me, I will still sell it 7,000 because I bought it 7,000. I bought it 7,000. I'm supposed to sell it for 7,500. I will still sell it for that 7,500, even now that it is 3,500.
Because you bought it at a
why
higher
I'm saying
cost.
this is we have a situation at hand where people are talking about rice.
Yes.
So people said rice is now 58,000 now. When the last time we bought rice for Bodex Foods, it was 98,000 naira.
So you have to still sell it at that rate.
We have to sell it that. If not,
you're gonna lose. Yes.
I see. So that's when you hear people saying, "Oh, but rice has gone up," but you have refused to bring it down. Have you ever asked yourself, if I bought it for 58,000 naira? No. So if they have regulatory bodies that go around to check, and you present your receipt, see, this is the amount I buy it to, and I must tell them for that amount with 2,000 naira extra. Make effort for no loss. But for me to take it back to 58,000 naira, maybe the government is ready to give me the 48,000 on top.
Yeah. So we're really so this housing crisis touches everything. That's what you're trying to say. It touches our lifestyle, how we eat, how we survive, salaries. It's so in a way, I'm thinking now, if you go back, it's just a reflection of what's actually going around in the country. Sure. It's just a way of saying we're in trouble. This housing crisis is showing us that something needs to change. It needs to change.
And I don't know how soon it's going
we can
to
fix
change.
this.
Like you said, maybe they should start coming up with rules and regulations for these people.
And really doing something about it.
They are not ready to reduce anything. But for me, like you explained earlier, I think it is better for the government to start building.
Massively.
And aside the government, if you can also get investors to also build, I think we need lots of buildings.
Yes.
To
high rises, not small rooms.
Competition.
High rises.
Just like the few thing when they started. Remember, NNPC was selling for such a price. Dangote came in and slashed it. Because of that, NNPC reduced
the price. The competition.
Yes, there's a competition, and now they now have more consumers going to Dangote, and lesser going to NNPC, because they don't want to lose both the customers and also the product. They have to do what? They have to align. So if you can get investors
demand and supply,
building as many houses as possible, maybe in partnership with the government or the rich ones among us, trust us, I think the housing inflation
will slow down.
Yes,
it will slow down. At least let it just stay. If it can just stay stable for a while and not go up anymore. Over the next few years, people will adjust to it. But if it keeps going up every 6 months, every year, actually it goes up every 3 to 6 months. Every 3 to 6 months.
That's madness.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
So landlords, what they do is they let you stay, and then they kick you out in 6 months. They give you a quick notice so that they can increase it.
Yes.
Or so because they can always ask for more and more.
True.
Oliver Twist, I keep asking for more.
True.
So I just feel so bad that there's nobody to really take this by the bull and say let's fix it. We just complain and complain. What do we need to do? I think everybody listening now would say we've heard this. What is the solution?
What's the solution?
Build. How soon can we build? Before we build, what do we do to the landlords that are actually raising the prices?
True.
You can't let this continue like this. You have to give, and the ones that are going to obey, because some people are nice and will want to do that and want to keep it down. Give them something so that they'll feel happier, but so they don't look stupid, so they don't look like I kept my house, my prices low, and I don't get any benefits. I'm paying the same taxes. I'm paying everything. Why don't I just get a discount from the government? A loan. Give them a credit loan. See, there are ways you can help people. You can say, what, if you're a landlord and you do that, you can come get a government subsidized loan of, I don't know, 1 million, 2 million to put into your business. Guess what will happen? Landlords will start doing that. So you basically are rewarding people for doing the right thing and punishing people for doing the wrong things.
Sure.
You balance things out. I feel that's the way to go. It's sad that we have to go that far. It's sad that it's almost like we're trying to parent people. We're trying to force them to do what they want to do with their money. But it's a social crisis. It's affecting everyone now. It's not just your business alone affecting you. It's affecting everybody. For example, how do you at this point now? What would you say will be Nigerians' biggest achievement? To be a landlord, in your opinion, would you say it's a bigger flex to be a landlord right now, or to own a company that does something else for you? Which one is now a bigger deal for Nigerians based on the housing crisis and how landlords have become kings and queens? Is it now kind of like a mission for people to say, oh my gosh, if only I can become a landlord for you? How do you see that?
Well,
home ownership.
For me, I think I want to opt for being a landlord because I can have a section that will have my organization, which means I own the house and my business is also in the house.
Okay.
Right? Compared to when I have to pay rent, then I still have to go to the building where I have my, so for me, I think being a landlord is better now. Before now, I think like 5-6 years ago, it's always better to be a landlord. So that's why you see lots of people, they have houses, but they rent it out. Because you make money, having tenant, every year they're paying you. Then you now rent a small place and be paying token. But now, it's different. Everything is on the high side, even for the tenant. So generally, it's better to be a landlord. Then a section of your, of your building, just make it your business, your business building.
Look, so all of this is happening, but is it only in Lagos, or is this a whole national crisis? Is it happening in other states?
Well,
I'm confused.
It's actually a national crisis, but just that Lagos State is more crowded than other states. That's why it seems to be massive and trending. It's actually a national crisis, but it is more in Lagos than in Abuja. Because I think those are the two states we have the highest living human beings. I don't know if that is correct, though.
More populated
but
people.
in other states, I am sure they're also increasing because people in Lagos or people in Abuja are increasing. Because what are they doing to the houses in the village? So what are they increasing? Even the ones in Lagos, what are they increasing? So just like you said before, I think people are also greedy. So greed is not also letting people live their normal lives, because as a landlord, because a new landlord is increasing does not mean you should increase
when you have done no work.
Yes,
nothing.
No work. In fact, if you check very well, some of the tenants, they were actually the ones that are actually put their house in order. So what are you increasing? Yes. What are you increasing?
Are you increasing?
So like I said, it's
no
a national issue. Because Lagos is going up, Abuja is going up. We for Ogun State, Ibadan, let's do our own. For instance, look at like I heard they have some buildings in front of that place and they're charging 900,000 naira, 1.2, 1.5 million for just a room.
For students.
Where do you want them to get the money from? And then later, when they say some girls are standing by the road, then you want to. I'm not saying it's a good thing.
But how do you want people to survive?
Yeah, how do you want them to survive?
When they have no other way of making money, when they have no hope, their parents can't help them more. They can't even pay their house rent. Then they won't help you with your school house rent.
What has changed in those houses they were renting out for 300,000 naira? What did they put in the house? Is it long life and prosperity? Or why is it 900,000? Why is it 1.2? Why is it 1.5?
For small, self-contained.
Yes, very small. Not. I doubt if there's a kitchen also. It's not just. I think it's greed, and some Nigerians are just not being fair. I'm using the word some because some people are actually amazing.
Right. Yes.
They are reasonable. I've seen landlords that they tell that no, I don't want to increase it. In fact, I've seen landlords that told his tenant for this year you should not pay.
Really?
Yes. In this same Lagos.
So we need to reward more of those people.
And he was saying, no, I understand what's going on. Just like during COVID, in my office in Sule, the landlord said, no, you guys shouldn't pay.
Wow.
Yes.
That's rare.
Because we were not working. Everybody was in the house. But you want me to see you to pay for 1 year? Even though you might actually have the money, but where do you want, from your mindset to be like, the way we live in Nigeria, we
You have to
live
work and earn
and
the
pay.
money.
It's like from hand to
Yes,
mouth.
yes.
So in our mindset, we believe that, okay, if I work from January to December, is the proceed from there gathered together to parents. No, I did not come to work. Where you want me to see money? Where will I pay you? And he told all of us, you guys don't need to pay. I know people did not come to work. Everybody has been indoors for a year and all that. And I heard other landlords too, they also did it.
That's nice.
So what happens to now that you've not bought cement, you've not bought
Not
paint,
repainted
you've
the
not
place.
done anything? So why are you inflating the prices? So it's greed and pure wickedness.
Yes.
So maybe the government should also start talking about love. Love your neighbor as yourself. Help your neighbors. Help your neighbors. Stop increasing. So it's crazy.
So it's a national issue. It's all the states. It's happening in Lagos, in Abuja, in Ibadan, every city.
It's happening everywhere.
So now it brings me to, if it's a national thing, it's a reflection of our money, the crisis. The money, is it falling so badly now?
Of course
How much
it's
is the
falling.
naira rate now?
I think
dollar to naira.
It's about 1,650 naira.
So that's probably what's going on. So people are now saying, if I charge 1,000 before and I was making 1,000 was 1 million, now I have to charge you 1.5 million to get
To
the
meet
same
up the-
1,000
yes,
or
so
1.6
true,
million.
true.
So that's what they're doing. So that's why when you live in a place, they'll increase your
They
rent
increase
while
it.
you're there
Yeah.
within 1 year, and you
Because
wouldn't
by
understand.
the time they gather the money together, it still end up being the 1 million naira, not the 1.6.
That's all you can buy.
Yes.
That's all you can buy.
Yes.
So it's a national, so it's GDP problem. It's our money has been devalued. The
Devalued,
naira
yes.
has been so
It
devalued.
has.
So
It
the
has.
housing crisis is more than a housing crisis. It's a
Yes,
naira
modern.
crisis.
It's modern. It's modern because
It's
it's also
more than
affecting other food items. Like I told you, we bought some food items 9,100 and something thousand. Now you're saying that it's 50 something thousand. I should bring it down. How? From where to where? Where is that coming from? I won't bring it down. But the reason why the one for the housing is much
Felt.
louder is because people need accommodation.
Yeah.
I can be in my house and I won't eat. You won't know.
You can
I'll be
even
drinking
eat
water.
once a day
I'll be drinking Gary, but I cannot go sleep under the
under
bridge.
the bridge.
So that's why everybody is lamenting. When you go to work from 5:30, you come back like 11 p.m. You want to go home, not on that bridge.
Yes.
So number one on your priority
You need a
list
place
is
to
actually your
live, a
accommodation.
safe place.
Yes.
And so that's why it's a national crisis, and we
It
need to do
is.
something about it
It
now.
is.
Because aren't you ever afraid that this is going to make things so worse, where it's going to drive people mad and crazy, where the country is collapsing?
Well, it's true, but I think that's why in Bodex Group we try as much as possible to venture into all businesses that we know that.
So diversify your money if you're out there.
Yeah, you have to
do all kinds of
diversify,
things
yeah,
if you
do
can.
all kinds of things.
Legal
legitimately.
things, yes.
So that's why we are here. We do different types of businesses. I am into media. I make shoes. I have a working food mart. We have a working printing press and all that. So if media is not selling, you will buy Gary. If Gary is not selling, you will buy shoe. So you don't even need to have passion for it. And if you notice, in all my companies, I ensure that I do businesses that people want. A mad person wears shoes and slippers. I'm making shoes. A mad person eats, even if it's
That's
puff-puff,
smart. I like that.
am
What
selling.
people want.
You understand? Everybody needs media. Media is like the fourth arm of the whether the government or whatever.
In government, we can say that everybody's on
I
media
don't
now.
read- I don't read that one. So I am selling media. Everybody prints something. School uniforms to towels to this one to that one. I have a printing press. Everybody, likes to buy things online and they want somebody to deliver. We
Dispatch
have
your company
logistics.
logistics.
You will never
Smart.
see me sell gold.
Because it's more
I don't
more
have
like
market for it.
a desired product,
I
but
don't
it's
have
not a
market
need,
for
a
it. I will
necessity.
even end up wearing it. So tomorrow, when you come back to this studio, you might even end up seeing another store where I have tailor, because everybody wears clothes. I will not own a boutique. I'll wear the clothes. I'll finish wearing everything. But for all this designer, doing all these creative tops and everything, those ones still they sell. So you have to constantly venture into things that are everyday needs, so that you don't end up being stranded.
So everybody out there now, think of ways to make money. Go ahead and just I like that advice. I think that's the best. So to survive in this economy and have housing, you just can't say I'm a lawyer. No, you're a lawyer, but maybe you can also teach a class.
Yes.
You're a lawyer. Maybe you can also bake. You're a lawyer. Maybe you can also run a business. You can have a consulting firm.
Need to have
a handiwork, something you're doing. Even doctors, you got to do something more than just taking care of patients, because otherwise you will pay the price. You'll be stranded. They keep pushing you further and further out, and it's harder and harder.
Someone who has not eaten well can't come to the hospital.
Yeah.
So how would you feel?
Yeah.
So for
that's
a doctor,
the way out.
You can start making medical coats.
That's the way out.
You can start making all this your medical boots. You can. So you just have to
be creative and proactive,
and be creative and think along your line. That, okay, as a medical doctor, what else can you do? Maybe you should just have a website where you talk to people about headache, stomach ache, the little things you can
and
easily
consult.
You understand? If not,
you won't survive in this economy.
You will get hungry.
So landlords are forcing us to be creative, are forcing us to think out of the box, are forcing us to...
They're helping you to discover
They're helping you to discover yourself, another side of you, because if you don't, you pay the price. And honestly speaking, it's gotten to a point where everybody's... Yeah, you're right. And we're joking about it, but we all have to think out of the box and say, what else can I do legally that is good and all that, so that you're not feeling stretched and feeling like you're pushed to the wall. So now, if that's all we can do on our own, what can we do to stop the naira from falling? I don't think. Do you think anybody can do anything? That's the good part of the government, right?
It's not for you and
It's not for you and I. That's beyond our pay grade.
Yes,
somebody has to do something about this. CBN, the government,
from upstairs. We are downstairs.
Yeah.
So it has to be.
We can't let. I can't imagine the dollar one day becoming 2,000 naira. I cannot imagine this happening. It's going in that direction. It's becoming just normal.
It's not big. What would you do? What are you going to do if dollar is 2,500? What would you do?
That means a bottle of Coke a bottle of Coke is going to be 1,000 naira then.
What would you do?
That's it.
Would you go to Aso Rock to go and beat our Mr. President or the CPN governor? How? From where to where?
But is that not the problem? Is that not why that is making us stay in this situation where we just do what we gotta do? We keep adapting. We're resilient people, right? Is that not why?
Africans, we are born.
Shouldn't we just say no? Stop it! I'm done. Okay. Do something about it.
I'll be watching you on social media when you start.
So nobody will come with me and do that.
No, I won't follow.
No, just me alone.
I'll be back.
Oh, you guys are not ready. You're not ready then.
Okay, we're not ready. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this.
I enjoyed myself. We haven't found a solution yet, but we're getting there. Maybe the more we talk about these things, it will get better. Right. But I really enjoy the topic. It's a sad topic. It's but it's real. It's affecting all of us.
All of us.
All of us.
All of us. Hi there. I hope you enjoyed yourself as much as Rommel and I enjoy this super engaging topic that has to do with inflation on our housing and the likes of them. We talked about the naira falling. We talked about the national crisis and all that. It was a super engaging engagement. We hope you enjoyed it. So don't forget to subscribe to Bodex TV on YouTube and kindly follow all our social media platforms at Talks with Bodex for you to stay connected, empowered, and gay. Until next time. Ciao, ciao.